Judson Hurd, as you see spelled here. So
Oh,
if you want to be part of the streaming, so we are live officially.
all right, we are live now. So my name is Judson Hurd. Hey, everybody. And this is Federico Ferrandina. Hope I said that right. And yeah, I just thank you so much for meeting, with me today, on a Monday. So what time is it there? Is it like 7 o'clock, I think, or
Exactly, it's
yeah.
7 3 and 3 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, it's 2:03 here. Yeah, it's kind of today. It's in. I live on a beach town, so it's kind of like rainy a little bit today, a little overcast. But how's the weather there?
Not really, not really nice today. It's been pretty cool to be in this starting of the spring,
Right,
and also it's kind of gloomy, gray, so it's not really
right,
welcoming
right,
spring.
right. Yeah. Same here. So yeah. Well, yeah. So to get started, like, yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, when did you start? What age did you start making music? Stuff like that.
I don't have I don't have a clear answer. I don't have a simple answer for anything you're gonna ask today.
Okay.
No, I started doing music, like actually doing music when I was like 7 years old or a little less, because I was born in a family of classical musician. My
Oh
mom
wow.
was
Okay.
a piano player and a
Yeah.
musicologist as well. My grandmother, she was a violin player. She played in orchestras, and my great grandfather, he was a conductor of military band. So I've always
Oh
been
wow.
into music since I was born. I mean, it's been easier for me to understand music than understand other
Right.
kinds of languages, probably. So I started actually playing piano when I was that age, like 7 years old,
Right.
under the teaching of my mom, which is not the best choice if you want to really
Right.
love something. You can learn it, but maybe you cannot really love it if it's your mom teaching that to
Right.
you.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
Wow.
And that was classical music. So then I switched to guitar when I was around 11 years
Oh,
old,
okay. Cool.
because
Cool.
I fell in love with the Beatles. That's been
Right.
my first real musical love. I mean, I just fell in love with Beatles, and after that, everything that was rock and roll, just
Right.
I really fell in love with that, and I kept studying on two parallel paths. I had bands and playing rock and roll, then studying jazz and starting improvising, and all that part of the path. And on the other side, I was studying at conservatory, like classical guitar and then
Cool.
composition. So I always managed to be in many how would I say in many niches of the
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah. Very cool. So, do you have like a favorite like Beatles album, or is that kind of like a hard question?
No, no, I cannot answer that again. I have no
Right.
simple answer. I
Right.
had periods where Sergeant Pepper's was the most beautiful thing
Right.
that mankind ever made,
Mhm.
and but also Abbey Road. I
Right.
mean, no,
No,
no, I
those are
cannot
great.
answer
Those are
this
great
question.
albums. Yeah, I love. Yeah, Sergeant Pepper Band is probably up there with me. I know they remixed it recently.
Yeah,
They yeah. So
for the 50th anniversary, I think.
right. Yeah. That's right. Very cool. Very cool. Well, awesome. So you went to like conservatory, but you also play by ear too, I'm sure, because you play guitar. So
This is strange because I started playing by ear later in my life. It
right,
was not my approach playing by
right.
ear. I started really with notation and just reading sheet music.
Interesting.
Then
Okay.
I started playing by ear when I was around 12, 13 years old, when I
Right.
started playing with friends and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really similar to like how I was because I started playing piano at like 4, and then I started playing with like people. I never really got into guitar. Like I play a little bit, but I just started playing with other people, and it was by ear and stuff, and so that's a really unique and cool like skill to have, because some people they it's only one or the other, and especially in like conservatory, most people just read like sheet music, and um, don't don't do by ear thing. It's kind of but very cool. What
And that
so
might be a limit.
yeah.
Just
To me, yeah, I feel like it's kind of limiting, like limiting yourself to,
yeah.
be either one, Um, right on. Yeah. So, like, when did you um figure out, hey, I want to do this like music like full time? Like, what got you into that?
Um, Honestly, I don't really know, because when I finished, like, what's the what's called the high school in US here is something we are a similar kind of
Right.
educational system. So when I finished that, I at the same time I kept studying at conservatory, but I also started studying social sciences, because I had a B plan to
Right.
become like a kind of social scientist. So I
Oh,
studied
okay.
deeply
Interesting.
sociology, anthropology, and all the
Right.
part of that. But then, even in that part of my researches, I fell into the music part of the social sciences. So
Mm.
my final thesis was about music sociology and semiotics. So I still reconnected these two fields and started doing some research in the musical semiotics.
Okay.
Um, and I became a teacher kind of really soon in my
Right.
life, like a music teacher. That's what I've been doing before switching to be a full-time musician without even teaching.
Right.
I've always been a music teacher
Okay.
on many levels.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I teach piano lessons. I have some today actually. We're done. But it's just a part of the many things that I different things that I do, and I love it. I love teaching. I love seeing when things like click for that person. They finally get it. They're just like, oh wow. Um, uh, it's or I have this one guy. He all he wanted to learn is like the Beatles, and so working on like Hey Jude, um, really simple, arrangement of it, easy arrangement for piano, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So very
You
cool.
know,
So what are some like I was reading your bio, like some big placements that you've gotten, like because you do
uh
music for TV and film. Like, how did that happen? What advice would you give somebody, like that's just starting out, that's interested in that?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm in the sync field in many different ways, and I use many different processes to try to get my music placed somewhere.
Right,
When those big placements happen, and it's still my main. I mean, my main placements, my most important placements still happened. Are is the traditional library,
right,
traditional sync libraries work. Basically, I submitted some music to some libraries, they accepted them, and they used it. So if
okay,
you have trustable libraries that accept your music, I think that's a very
right,
good way to get your music placed. When I started initially, I was co-writing with someone, so I always suggest to start doing this library work, co-writing with someone who is already acknowledged, who's already how would I say, who's an expert of this field, and he has already
gotcha,
established with that library in this field. This is a very good way to start, because you learn a lot and you have
right,
more chances. And I mean, you have someone who guides you, so that's always a very good starting point. That's how I
right,
started my first two library
okay,
albums, like Skolna. They were co-written with someone.
okay, cool. What can you tell? Like, what was the first library you got into?
Of course, it's an Italian library, and even if you might think that an Italian library might not have all the
Yeah.
connections that a library needs to get places, this library not only has good connections for itself, but it has amazing international sub publisher. So this is always something you have to look into when you choose a library. Look
Okay.
who are the sub publishers of this library, because when I started doing this work for this library, I didn't even know anything. I didn't know anything about um, this work and this
Right.
business, but I found myself into big catalogs of big companies in the US who just
Oh
happen to
wow.
be the
Yeah.
sub publishers of this library. So
Right.
in France, in the Netherlands, in Germany, I had amazing sub publishers with great connections. So
Yeah.
right away, some of the music I did for this just first attempt to be in the library went part of this film called Friends with Kids, who was a film by Jennifer Westfeld, and it
Mm.
kind of had a kind of success. There's Megan. I don't remember the name of the actors, but there are,
Yeah.
I mean, very famous actors who are
Cool. Cool.
popular even right now. So
Right.
because of this, the connections the library had, my
Right.
music was immediately, like right away, was placed somewhere in
Right.
cool placements. So I always suggest everyone to check to try to understand how connected is the library with others publisher
Right.
everywhere in the world. If they're in the US, which kind of placements do they have, and
Right.
do your homework because
Right. Right.
before doing the work, you know.
Yeah. That's no. That's so interesting. Yeah. So what was the name of the Italian library? I was
It's
just curious.
called Flipper Music. Flipper
Flipper.
Music.
Flipper
Yeah.
music. Okay. Yeah. I'll check them out. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great library. Now, I mean, I still work with them. I still do like
Right.
something every year for them because they are great people. They love me. They always
Right.
propose
Right.
me cool projects. I use also their requests to challenge myself and do something I never did before,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
to
great.
start collaborating with other musicians just because they asked me to do something interesting
Right.
that I might need collaborators to do properly. So it's a great library and they have great sub publishers. So it's something you might want to look into if you are in this business.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I'm always looking, for like good libraries because like the first one I started with was it used to be called Pump Audio. Then it went to Getting Music, and now Epidemic Sound, I believe, bought them out. Um, but yeah, they were like my first big one, and then I got into like Audio Micro, like Pond 5, and then Crucial Music is like really
Okay,
good. I love Crucial, and I think Lauren Light, she was talking about Crucial Music, in the interview. It's really um, neat, that she's had a lot of success too as well. But yeah, what are some other like good resources like you recommend for people that are just like starting out?
it really depends on what you do because there are good resources for artists that might not be good for producers that just
Right,
do instrumental music. A very good and helpful resources I had and I used uh, heavily during the whole pandemic period was a company, and I really recommend you to, if you're a producer and do instrumental music, I would recommend to just do some research about this company. It's called That Pitch. Have you ever heard about them?
that pitch.
Yeah,
No, no.
it's a kind of innovative company because they
Okay,
basically have a different model from the other. They are based on briefs, so it's
right,
that kind of sync company. It's not a library, even
right,
if
right,
they have their own catalog because they build the catalog anyway. But they are sync more. They are more like an intermediate entity that helps your music to get bought by other entities. But
right,
what they do is that these clients of their, I mean, their clients sign a deal that buy only from their affiliates, from their subscribers. So you basically pay a monthly fee with that pitch, and you have serious possibilities to
Right.
get placed. Of course, the this deal means that the fee, the rates, I mean, they pay a little less than other companies. It's not a stellar
Right.
amount of money when your music get placed. But
Right.
I mean, I know people who plays like 12 tracks per month with
Oh
them.
wow. Yeah, that's a
And
lot.
during the
Yeah.
whole pandemic, I used
Wow.
to place at least to land at least 2 tracks per month.
Yeah,
So
that's
even if
good. Yeah.
that's not a good, it's not a stellar amount of money. I
Right.
decided during the pandemic, because I had several, I was lucky during the
Right.
lockdown, so I
Right.
was
Me too.
working all the time. But yet I decided to dedicate at least 1 week per month to that pitch and do
Right.
something for that. So I had a constant, like, kind of 2 placements, even 3, even 4 sometimes
Right.
per month, so that I had at least some money for sure
Yeah.
monthly.
Yeah.
So, and it saved a lot of people lives, that pitch,
Right.
because I know producers who were just relying on that pitch for their survival.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's no, I'll
yeah,
definitely
I mean,
definitely check
it's
them
not
out.
for artists again, it's for producers. It's more
Right.
for people who does instrumental music. And
Right. Right.
if someone listening is in that kind of category, I would suggest you to research into that pitch.
That
Or
pitch.
just reach
Okay.
out to me. I can tell you everything you need to know about that pitch, because we became friends with people there, and
Right.
so I
Cool.
can.
Cool. Yeah, I love I think I found them. I'll post a website in the chat. Um that pitch. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely sign up. Very cool. Awesome. And I put in the chat if anybody had any questions. Oh, put it in here. There we go. Awesome. Very cool. And then Crucial Music. So do
I
you
have 3 tracks in Crucial too. Just I
okay.
just signed the third contract to get
Cool, cool.
there. So I
Yeah,
still
yeah,
have to see anything. Nothing happened so far, but
yeah.
Crucial is always. I also use Crucial as a kind of good way to understand the potential of my tracks, because they're so picky about what you
Right.
send them.
They
So
are
you
very
really
picky. Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I with Crucial, like I like them so far. I was talking to Lauren Light about them, but the they are very picky, like, and it's like 3 months, 3 or 4 months of wait time
Yeah.
that that you have to wait, and then you can if it's accepted or not. But I've gotten one placement through them. It was on this show called Katie Keene. And
Cool.
it was a good placement, so I'm definitely, keep sending them music. And it was like a classical piece for like a scene like in a store somewhere. So it's pretty neat. Like I was like, cool. I like this.
So that was an instrumental track, right?
Right, right. It was just a Bach, like a classical, like prelude in C major on the piano, piece I was playing like in a store. And on CW, the channel here is called
Uh-huh.
CW, so it was on a show. And I was like, yeah, this is neat, and it's a decent payout. Um,
Cool.
yeah, very
That makes me
cool.
feel positive, because
Yeah,
3 tracks I have from them, only one as a singer and is more a song. The other 2 tracks,
right,
they are instrumental. So, and they're cool. They are non-exclusive, right? It's a
right.
non-exclusive company.
Yeah,
So
non-exclusive. Yep, yep. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I think they're more like interested in like what Lauren was telling me. They like more like songs with like vocals and stuff like
mhm.
that. But they have taken some of my like classical stuff or ambient like minimal neoclassical stuff. I enjoy writing that. And so yeah, I'm okay with like people saying no. I'm pretty much over um, rejection. It's totally fine. And because sometimes it's just not what they're looking for, or their need at the moment and stuff. So I'm just always uh, looking for that. It's no problem. But yeah. So what are you working on now? Like what are some things that some projects, um and where can people like find your music, stuff like that?
I'm actually in. I try to separate my artistic activity from what I just call work. So in
Right.
terms of work, right now I just finished the production for an artist called He's a Nobody. Just all
Okay.
in one word. He's a Nobody. He's a
Okay,
cool
cool.
artist. He's under a British label. He's really cool. He's gonna put out an EP where I produced two tracks, and I co-wrote one of these two tracks. And
Cool.
he's
Okay.
more in the alternative indie pop, really interesting artist. And right now, I started working on the production of another artist, totally different genre. She's more like in between indie folk with some jazz nuances, like sophisticated indie folk. And in artistic terms, I'm just working on releasing one track per month under my name,
Hmm.
because I have so much music doing all these libraries work and soundtracks. um, my Spotify was just flooded by music that was just all over the place and don't
Right.
necessarily represent my style.
Right.
So Spotify under my I decided to give more care to my
Sure.
Spotify profile. So I decided to challenge myself in a way, and in another to really define who am I as an artist, as more like an artist, because sometimes I don't even consider myself an artist. I'm
Right.
more like a professional of the music industry who has some artistic responsibilities for films that I make score for or for artists I produce. But when it comes to my music, I really wanted to give a good definition
Right.
of what
Right.
I am as a musician when I write my own music, when I'm inspired, etc. So I decided to put out some music that I'm really proud of under my name. I started in January, and I'm releasing constantly one track per month with French label Another Music Records. And so
Hmm.
if you go on my Spotify, the first three tracks in my on that you find on my Spotify profile, they're just and they will gather together in an album at the end of the year.
Oh,
Which,
great. Okay.
yeah,
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Let me
so that's
pull.
what I'm
Let me
working.
pull you up here. Because I can. I'll post that in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice.
Very
My
cool.
genre, I mean, I am mostly again in the new classic, post classical
Right. Right.
electronic field.
Cool. Let's see. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Another music records. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. I'm putting in the chat now the Spotify link. Um,
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. Yeah, I just released a track with a German label called Silent Beat Records, and they're awesome too. Like I love, they're really really solid, and I think I'm on contract to release like another track with them. So um, yeah, I'm looking through your catalog. Yeah, you have a lot of music.
Yeah.
Really cool. Um, Very neat. Very awesome. So yeah, but very
I
awesome.
mean,
Yeah.
I use Spotify as a tool because it's a cool tool to get discovered by people who just love your music. I
Right.
just
Right.
this last release, the first release I did this year, I ended up in two editorial playlists.
Right.
And then I did another in February, which went just in 49 playlist users playlists.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm always on over 30 playlists each
Right.
of my release. I use a lot of different tools to get into playlists, or
Right.
sometimes
Right.
even just um, try to contact directly curators, or just use classic Submit Hub stuff.
Right.
And the label takes care of some of them too, so the label helps me in this
Right.
landing into playlists. But of course, at some point, Spotify notices this activity and this interest around your music, and
Right.
just
Right.
picks it up and bring it into the heaven, the Spotify heaven, which is the
Yeah.
editorial playlist. So
Yeah.
even this
Yeah.
last release in March had a couple of editorial playlists placements.
Yeah. I'm posting your artist link as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard of this service. It's called Song Whip. It's like
No.
one of so you just type in like your name, and it brings up your music, and then it has like all the links, like Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, um, all the play. It just makes it easy for people to click, whatever their favorite is. You can do it with like single tracks, albums. It's a really great service. And it's one of many that I found. Like there's one called Song.link. Just there's different
I
ones
think
too. I
I
can't think
use
of.
a similar tool, which is a kind of smart link where you have
Right, right.
all the
Yeah,
platforms where your music is. I use a similar tool when
cool.
I
Yeah,
market my music. I use a
yeah,
similar.
yeah.
It's really
What?
useful.
Yeah, which one do you use? I'm just curious.
Basically, it's my distributor, which is
Okay.
Believe Music. Do you know Believe? Has
Yeah, I've
this
heard of Believe. Uh-huh.
yeah, basically it has this service which is called backlink. So when your track is uploaded before it's released, you have a link that can that people just can use to pre-save or even
Right,
do the to do some pre-save campaigns. And it automatically on the release date, it automatically turns into an hyperlink where you can get all the music. So it's the same link, you don't have to change link. It's
right.
called backlink.
Backlink. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I think I've heard of
Yeah,
Backlink. Yeah, I'm looking at Believe
it's really
Music now.
comfortable.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've used for distribution personally, I've used CD Baby was the first, when I started years ago, and then DistroKid currently, and then also Sounddrop and Route Note as well. And then but yeah, I'll check out Believe Music. I think I've looked at some of their stuff, but I haven't.
I mean, they've been amazing to me because
Cool.
they reached out to me and they proposed me
Right.
uh, a very good deal, like very
Very
good.
good. Yeah, yeah. Awesome.
So I decided
Yeah.
just to go with them, and they are great support. Man, they just
Cool.
follow me and help me in all the process of uploading. And
Yeah, yeah.
I
No, I'll
used to
definitely
have
check them out.
I have a DistroKid account because
Right.
I had to co-write something with another guy, and he was
Right,
under
right.
DistroKid. So there was no other way than just signing
Right,
up
right,
with DistroKid. So I did it. So I have a DistroKid account, and I
right,
just use it for that track. But
right. Very cool.
no,
Very cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll post a link to Believe Music as well. People can check that out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, was there anything else you wanted to talk about? We have like a few minutes left. We'll get to the half an hour mark, but any like new music people, you're promoting or um, coming out with, I know we talked about some already, but
Yeah, no, I already told you about these artists I'm working with. What I want to really put your attention to is this very young artist. She's a Swiss artist studying at CalArts University,
cool.
and she's called Sarah Brown.
Sarah
And
Brown. Okay.
and I produced her next single, which is going to be on all platform on March 26th. I
Sweet.
think her
Okay.
website is Sarah Brown something. I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah. If you're logged in, you can post it in the chat.
Let me find it.
Let's see.
No, it's not that link. Um, but I'm sure her website is up, and maybe Sarah Brown Music.
Sarah. Okay. Cool.
Let's see. I'm not finding her website. I'm sorry, but
Oh no, yeah, we can. No, we can definitely post
but
it
she's
later.
gonna be. Yeah, you can find her profile on here on Spotify. I'll post that her
Cool.
artist link. So if you want to just follow her or just do whatever, man, just yeah, follow her is the best thing so
Right,
that
right.
does this new release is going to be directly into your release radar on Friday,
Cool.
March 26th, which is next Friday.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
post
Awesome.
it here
Very
in the
cool.
chat.
Yeah, yeah. Post in the chat. I have I think this weekend I'm releasing like a kids album like score that I did for like a kids book video. So it was a lot of fun. But it comes out
Well,
this Friday. So yeah, super excited. Okay, I see private chat. Awesome. Cool, cool. Awesome, awesome.
yeah, she's an alternative pop artist, really cool, really fresh,
Cool.
great songwriting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just recommend some
Cool.
listening to if you're into pop, like
Yeah, yeah. No,
pop.
I'm definitely I'm always looking for like new music, and very cool. Well, we'll end it here, but thank you so much for, spending some time with me. Hopefully we can do it again, we
Whenever
can
you want.
maybe
My pleasure.
yeah, maybe get like a little deeper, in the licensing, if people have questions and stuff, and just keep having a conversation. And oh, real quick, you're on Clubhouse too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a thing on. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty new there, but
Okay.
I decided to be an active part of the community anyway. So I
Yeah,
co-host a room with Lauren Light that's been here before me.
yeah, yeah.
We co-host a room under the Songwriters Hub Club, which was founded by Tracy Duran, and we basically have a weekly room every Wednesday
Cool.
at what time is that? At noon in PST. So I don't know
Okay.
what time is that in EST. And and we just talk about sync, film music, and
Right, right.
sometimes we just go a little further than that. We can talk about arrangements or other part of the
Cool.
music making process. So I like Clubhouse so far, and we're just chatting there. We answer to questions, we help people, and I share a lot of resources there related to sync, like
Right.
websites, also resources related to arrangement and all that part of
Very cool.
music
Yeah.
making, or about film music. So if you're there, you can also join a Discord community under the same name, the
Cool.
Songwriters Hub. So we have some place to share documents and links and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. Very cool. What? Yeah. Feel free to post your screen name on Clubhouse too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
simple. It's like Fede Ferrandina.
Yeah. I already follow you on there. I'll
Yeah.
have to see. I want to say it's just your name. Um, so very cool. Yeah, and that was on say the time again, just so people can hear it again when that
It's
chat is every
Yeah, the chat on Clubhouse is every Wednesday at
Wednesday.
noon in PST.
Okay.
So
Wednesday at
it's
noon. PST.
EST, I guess
Right.
it's 2 p.m. in PST, right? In EST.
I believe so. Yeah, we're like
Yeah.
2 hours ahead. So very cool. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, man. And like I said, we'll have to definitely do this again. Had fun, and looking forward to hearing new music for sure.
Thank you. I'll be happy to be here again. And thank you for inviting me. You're great hosts.
Oh,
And
thank
talk
you.
to you soon. I'll catch you soon somewhere in other
Sounds
platforms.
good. All right. Take care.
Bye bye, Judson.
Bye bye.